baby on camera too. So cool. All right, overall, what's going on? This is Ugo Opara, and this is the first video we're physically going inside the house because we got a delay settlement. Thank you, NACA. But we're gonna be useful with the time and just kind of go into what we normally do. We have Julio. Let's see. Who literally a month, like 2 weeks ago. How old is she?
She's 6 weeks now. A little over a month.
So this baby came through while we were under contract, and that led to a whole slew of conditions, which we will get into. Yeah, let's go ahead and start it off. How did you guys hear about the NACA program?
My sister-in-law, she went through NACA.
Shout her out. Glenda, what's up, Glenn? Glenda and Bella.
She stuck it out.
Stuck it out, and she did good. This was like, what, a year ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, hers was funky too, man. Hers was funky too, because we actually were in the contract, and the last NACA took so long. This was when she had, did she tell you about that, the counselor? Yeah. And she had the counselor who eventually just didn't care. And then eventually that counselor took sick leave and then just never came back. I know. But that counselor, she didn't get the mortgage commitment. We pushed the mortgage commitment out 45 days, couldn't get the mortgage commitment, and unfortunately, when you gave the mortgage commitment, buyer or seller can decide to just dip and get the money back, and that's what they did. So, but she ended up doing good. I think her second house is better than her first.
Yeah.
Location house. So, all right. So you got her from sister-in-law Glenn, which was my past client. We love her, and Bella. And then the picture you sent me with her and Bella, I was like, I sent it right to my girl. I was like, yo. This picture isn't motivation. I don't know, man. I saw it. I was like, oh man. So cool. You heard about it from Glenn, and then you guys ran with it. What was the process of? You got the first workshop, and then you got to go through the whole process of getting qualified, and that's where a lot of people just like disappear. Like they go to a workshop, and then getting qualified, they just kind of like die. Yeah. What was that like for you guys?
We set up the appointment when they announced their first classes. That's when I met you at the church building. I went over there, I got the book, I heard everybody's testimonies, and I started reading the book to start the process. I made an appointment with the NACA office, and we met up with a counselor, and they looked over our finances, they told us our goals, they set up step by step what we need to do to get qualified.
The action plan?
Yes. So they pushed us out 6 months to save up what we wanted our mortgage to be, so we can show that we were able to afford it because we weren't paying any rent.
Okay, we heard any rent. Yep,
right.
Yep.
So we had to save that amount of money. So we did that for 6 months, and with that, it qualified my husband to have a full year of employment.
Nice.
But during that process, I ended up being unemployed, and instead of leaving the gap, I filled the hole with going to school and finding a new job, and that kind of saved us for filling in that gap of getting a home. Then 6 months came, we had an appointment to meet up with our counselor in the NACA office, but instead of doing that, we just went to the workshop.
Nice.
We went
to the dream?
Yeah. We went to the workshop. I was in the city, and we spent 8 hours. 8 hours, yeah. 8 hours there.
Like, we spent 2-3 days.
We spent 8 hours there. We went in. We had all of our documents printed in a binder, organized for the past 6 months, and current. And then we scanned everything in. We waited to talk to the qualifying agent. And he told us some concerns, which was my employment, so we wrote a letter of resignation, and we got qualified. So that was the only thing. At that point, if we were to miss anything, we wouldn't have gotten qualified, because they went thoroughly through it, asked us all the questions, went through our finance plans, like as far as what do we pay and how often we spend money that is miscellaneous that's not responsible wise, like, you know, bills and things like that.
A lot of people don't like that. I like NACA because I think what happens is a lot of people get in the house. Like, I used to get fired a lot because people say, "Oh, I got a promotion coming, I'm good for it." And I'd be like, no, I don't want my name on that as the realtor. So you know what I mean. So a lot of people fire me and be like, "Listen, you're not going to limit what I like NACA because it's real. Because now if you get into the crib and it's above and beyond what you can, or like it's below what you. That's a good thing. This one is the opposite way that it comes back. So I like that they do that. But what were your thoughts on them digging that deep?
It was normal for me because I do that naturally. Okay, and good. I think that's the responsible thing to do because you don't necessarily account things that happen out of nowhere. Like, I didn't expect me to have her, and I had to put an account daycare. Yep. Although I don't have the expense right now, I have to put it in there. Yep. So when I move in, I know like, okay, well, based on my husband and my income, we can afford our mortgage first off, our car, our insurances, and then whatever comes after that, which is childcare, food, and things like that. We need to make sure we have. Well, she got.
Oh yeah, that's right. Milk, I like that.
Thank God, because I didn't account for that expense.
so off camera, they were telling me how expensive Similac was, and I don't have any kids now. I'm working on it, and it is blowing my mind. Like it's like $20 a can, and you go through that can. Like, I don't know. Anyways, I'm sorry. Sorry. Go back. I'm sorry. Please continue.
Sorry. And that, like, I think it's the responsible thing to do is to account for all expenses, even entertainment. If you don't have a set day that you go out to eat or to whatever, they have a chart, a weekly chart that you can write down. Okay, this is how much I spent for this whole week, and then you'll times that by 4, and roughly it gives you how much money you spend. Even if you don't spend it, you did at one point. You can again. So you just want to take it into account.
Yeah, a lot of people. Cool. So once you guys got qualified, what was the process moving forward? I ran the numbers. I know because I know what was the process moving forward. You know, you guys are working with me. You know, we already worked with them. But what was it like? I guess if it wasn't for your sister, how would you guys have went about finding a realtor and then taking the process?
They gave us a list of all realtors that NACA is affiliated with.
Was I on that list?
Yes.
I was?
You were on that list.
Alright,
so because Glenda was the one who referred us, we just tossed the list and was like, hey, Ugo, we got qualified. And from there on, we needed to do some searching. We needed to write a list of what my husband and I were willing to have. We were willing to have in the house and what we could live without. Glenda told us to do that, so she was like, "Don't."
I want her as an assistant. I just can't afford her. I
don't think anybody can afford Glenda. She's a one of a kind.
Yeah.
But yeah, we wrote out that list, and of course, we had like the dream house. We wanted to drive through. We wanted a garage. We wanted a backyard. But that's not always realistic. So we were able to live without those things, and we didn't really get our hopes up. So that's what I think really set us up for success with the mindset that we had. And that's how we got in contact with you. We got we drove around the areas that we wanted to live in. And what really canceled out a lot was how high the taxes were.
Yes.
So that's what really narrowed down our area codes was the taxes and how much it will affect our mortgage. And yeah, we sent Ugo some MLS numbers the way he required it, which was the number, the comma, and then the number, okay, to make his life easy, and the process was fast.
Is that right?
No. So yeah, we did that, and he pulled up the numbers for all of them in the video. We were able to see what he saw. And we got everything situated. We narrowed down the houses that we knew we couldn't afford. It wasn't even up for question because of the taxes were so high. So when we noticed that our threshold was a certain amount for the taxes, then we were able to narrow down our search. And then we found our houses, and once we walked into this house, we knew this one was it. And once we walked in, we put in an offer the same day, and we've been playing tug of war with
the seller. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that was a good. This. I think this house is a good house on like how to negotiate. I think we even with the credits, I think we did a really good job of making sure we didn't leave anything on the table. Because like we would, what I love about you guys is like, yo, we would be okay with this, but yo, make sure they see do this.
Right.
Yeah, because we did we were okay with 250, but we put it in at 550, and we got the 550 versus the 250, which is stuff like that. I think we did throughout the whole transaction, which I, as a realtor, really like. Because some people, they love the house so much, they just be like, and then it makes me a little bit uncomfortable because it's like I know we're leaving money on the table, but at the same token, I need that permission to go fight. You know what I mean? And if they're just like, it's just it makes it tough to go out there. You know what I mean? But I think I did a really good job of what I loved about you guys, y'all would kill me to make sure we ran solid comps. I don't know if you guys remember that, but y'all would really kill me to get solid comps, go over the numbers, different scenarios, and I thought that was really cool. At one point in time, we were going to put an offer. I can't remember what that house was. There was another house we were going to put an offer in. Bouvier, we were going to put an offer in Bouvier Street. You guys were just like, wait. Let's just see. Let's just see.
Because they countered. They were like, we'll give you guys the 175 and the 6%. Sweet deal. We got what we wanted. And it was just like, the house is small. So we were like, nah, like we feel comfortable with going with this, and we weren't stingy. We weren't trying to get the seller like from their price. And we were generous, but we did what you said. We put a number that we were able to lay our head down at night, and if we were to lose the house, we would be content.
Yes. Yep. No regrets.
That was, even with the number that we felt content with, we still would have been a little sad, but we did the best that we could. We put out what we can afford, and we didn't shoot ourselves in the foot, and we didn't try to take their spoon out their mouth.
Correct. And I think that worked out well because when we had an issue with the plumbing, so when we had the home inspection worked out really well, but then there was and I love this because I always advise clients, and some clients don't take the advice because they don't feel like paying for it, right? So the video inspection that I always tell my clients about, that was an extra, what was it?
$5,000.
No, $5,000. Oh my God. The video inspection.
I mean the cost, like the labor for it.
Yeah. To get the plumbing done, it was $5,000. But to get the inspection, it was $600.
So it's an extra $600 to get a plumber to bring this camera that they take down the track to see what the condition of the drain system from this house to the street. Because a lot of people, and I do houses, a lot of people, they'll tear everything out in the house. So from underground up to the house is new plumbing, but what is really expensive is from the ground to the streets. That's super expensive because it's super labor intensive. You gotta do interior work and exterior work. So that $600 saved them $5,000. Right? And if they had not have spent that and you took the camera to see that we had a shift, and then it was a shift and then a really massive corrosion where like you could see where they tied into it, but then like further into it, it was like, yeah, this is gonna leak some way somehow. And right now we got snow, so if water would have gotten in there and frozen, it would have just kept expanding that corrosion. So we would have never saw that if they would have never paid that extra money. And some clients, not to say everybody, is balling like that, but when you buy a home, I feel like
you need to make that sacrifice.
You gotta make the sacrifice, you know what I mean? Because it's so tough. Once you buy the house, you can't call me and say, yo, call the seller about X, Y, and Z. You gotta get that. I'm the wrong call. You gotta call an attorney. And that attorney is gonna cost you, you're gonna pay $5,000 for the attorney, and then if you lose, you still gotta fix anyways. But I was super, super proud because they didn't rebuttal that. They said, all right, cool, this is what you recommend, and we got it. And it ended up saving them $5,000. Seller agreed, and they replaced the whole, like from the house all the way to the street. They replaced the whole thing. And
if not, we ask for credit. We ask for any type of assistance.
Yep.
Because I feel as though that's the humane thing to do. So just don't settle for less, and don't don't try to half-ass purchasing a home, because you're gonna deal with this financially for the rest of your life.
Yes, later on.
So you gotta invest in yourself. Best way to do that is to make sure you're moving into a home that's worth your money. So this house appraised for $200,000. $200,000. We got it for $180. You know, so, and it's brand new. Everything, plumbing, wiring, electrical, appliances, the inside of the house, the roof. Now the outside plumbing. You know, like we got a brand new spanking house.
Yep.
That alone is a guarantee.
Yep.
So.
Very, very happy about that. And then on top of that, we still got a 550 credit that we were talking about, and that's just with the seller. Seller agreed to do stuff, and then when we came back to re-inspect, we're like, yo, this isn't done, and the seller was like, here's some money, don't have me go back out there. So, all right, cool. We got under contract. We did a home inspection. We got the video inspection. That our process are really smooth. We only started having hiccups after the baby. After the baby. Know this.
Yep.
Know this.
The day we went to do bank app, we went in, we did bank app, and the day after I went into labor.
I know, right after that.
Right? But like the day after that. So that week, we only have 5 days. No, we only have 10 days, to get through credit access. Something happened.
I can love this. Oh, there we go.
So we only have 10 days to go through credit access, and it started that day we went in to do credit access, the day before I went into labor. So I was in the hospital for 3 days, then it was New Year's, then it was the weekend. So half our 10-day time was used up, you know, so we had to really work out. I was recovering, getting what is it called, for employment verification? A key card or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Salary key.
The salary key for the I had the
right
next day.
Wow.
Yeah, the next day I had to call my job and get all that shit situated. But it was worth it.
Yep.
Like I needed to get done. I needed to push through it, and even at the bed of my recovery of after delivery, there's no excuses. Like you gotta do what you gotta do.
Unfortunately, NACA is relentless. They don't care about
nothing.
That's one thing I learned from this transaction. Like they didn't lax. I would get the calls like, hey, they're coming, because what happens is on your timeline, things go from green to yellow to like red. So I get the call from NACA like, yo, they're in yellow. She's in late. She's not like, dude, put it on pause or something. She's like, I can't. They won't flag it. They won't deny it. And when you're that far in to get a denial, to have to start all over is just no one wants that. So I commend her on all of that, because that's gangster. So it's gangster hell. Yeah. So one of the things that happened with this transaction that I feel like we could have been warned in advance was that when you have a baby and you have that leave from work, if it's not paid work, they're going to pull it from. They're going to say, all right, like in your example, you're at what, $1,000 a month, $1,100 a month, or something like that. So because she's going to be out of work a week, because she's going to be out of work for what, 4 weeks, 5 weeks? NACA said, all right, you guys, let's say for example they had 10 grand, and she's going to be out of work for 5 months because she just delivered a baby, and that's $1,000 a week. So that's 5 times 1,000 is 5,000. If you had 10 grand saved for the transaction, they're going to say, well, that 10 is really only 5. So now, out the blue, you don't have enough for settlement because your 10 grand, they're now saying, oh, well, 5 of it is going to have to cover your livelihood until she goes back to work. So that's what happened with this situation. Out the blue, we had more than enough surplus, and then they're just like, nah,
like $3 grand.
Yeah, $3 grand. Yeah. And we had her sister, shout out to Glenn. We had a gift letter, and
my brother,
and we were able to get that done like a day. And then they cleared it, what, Saturday?
They cleared it Friday. They worked on it Saturday, expedited for us to close today, but condition. And we still don't even know what the condition is, and it's already 11 a.m. And we've been waiting since 9.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go get some breakfast after this.
Yeah, and you know, and the reason I do these videos is that NACA is a great program. What's your interest rate going to be?
2.125.
2.125 on a 30-year conventional mortgage, no PMI, no down payment, no closing costs. I mean, that is why I commit so hard to these programs, because when you go through this program, it's like you automatically start stepping your finances up. Like, it's a wealth play. Number one, they bought that house is at 180, appraised for 200. That's 20 grand of equity right there. Plus, her monthly payment is ridiculously low. Plus, how much you have to bring out a table. You know, even with the rate, how much are you doing a rate buy-down?
6,300.
6,300 of that is
the whole point.
Yeah, and I think your total to settlement is like what, 8? We don't have the final numbers yet, but what's
They put the almost 7 with the down with the.
earnest money deposit.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the deposit was. It's like $1,000. Oh, $1,000.
So
without
that, it's like 70.
So let's just call it 8,800, and 63 of that is going towards buying an interest rate. Just think about that. If without that, she would bring less than $3 grand to buy a 180 house. It's worth 200 and have monthly. Where's your monthly payment at? Like
780.
780. Like 780 on monthly payment. You can't get a 1 bedroom. In 1 bedroom, you probably can get a 780 is probably just a 1 bedroom right now in Philly. Maybe a studio. You know what I mean? So
where you go.
Depending on where you go, and you know, if you want to be somewhere nice, you got a wife and a kid. I mean, you know, you're gonna be spending way more than that. But for me as a realtor, this is what I love. Like when you break down the numbers like that, this is what I love. I mean, you know, you got wife, dad, new baby, and they about to start their lives in this house. I'm definitely gonna get the invite for, what is that thing called? My Kelly's. I can't wait. But that's why I commit so hard to this program, is because people like this definitely deserve it. You know what I mean? And NACA sucks. I can't, you know, the process is broken. There are so many times where it's just like, yo, y'all could have been, you know what I mean? Y'all could have, technically at qualification, when they were getting qualified, it's very easy to say, hey, by the way, you know, how far are you along? And then advisor like, hey, here's the policy. You know what I mean? This is something I didn't even know. You know what I mean? And I'll do like 5-6 million with them in a year, and this is stuff that they just, unless it comes up, there's no
advising.
Yeah, there's no advising it, which is frustrating on my end, because NACA does a really last minute job of getting that information out to you. You know what I mean? And that is something where I'm always fighting against them to say, hey, if y'all could have gotten this a week ago, we would have prepared for it a lot differently to avoid the delays, because one of the things we always got to keep in the back of our mind is she was blowing my phone up. I don't want the seller to pull out. I don't want to lose the house, and rightfully so, because, you know, the contract protects both the seller and the buyer, so everyone has the ability to just
read your contract.
Yeah, read the contract.
Read your contract. It's a lot of pages, but it's very it has a lot of information for you.
Yes. And the addendums.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, even though you knew, like, just being our first time going buying a house, the way you break things down with your videos, you made the process so much easier to understand. Honestly, when we started the process, I was like, man, this is gonna be a pain. I don't know what the hell we're getting ourselves into. That first video you sent us, I was like working on, like, man, this is like, I wouldn't expect a realtor to go out his way, record a video, break everything down the way he did. I was like, man, he makes it so easy to understand.
Good.
So I was like, okay, like, there goes my scare. You know, you made it so much easier.
Yep. And granted, NACA is a nonprofit organization
This is true.
now.
They're changing that.
Yeah, so soon they're not going to be a nonprofit. They're going to actually be funded. But like during that transition, they don't have a lot of staff
At all.
They don't
High
have a system.
turnover.
Yeah, they have a lot of people on demand that want a house.
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys are going to go through with this process, don't waste your time.
Yep.
Be committed. Get everything in order. Get organized. Get a binder like Linda told me. Put everything in months that you need. Keep it with you every time you go to your appointment with them to update. Just have it, just in case if they ask for it or it gets wiped out of the system, because it does happen and you need to rescan it. Like, it's a process. that is going to catch you by surprise every single time. It's going to be frustrating, but it's worth it at the end of the day, because from here on out, we made it to the point that, God forbid, if one of us was to lose our job, we would still be able to live comfortably and have a roof over our head.
That's beautiful.
Because of what NACA provided for us. Because if not, our mortgage would be $1,100 without NACA's help. But because we have NACA's help, we were able to buy down, and we are saving the money from the down payment and closing costs and things like that. We are able to afford it, and now our mortgage is lower. And plus, we consider taxes. That's a big thing. You have to consider the taxes.
People don't understand how impactful taxes are.
Yes, they
right?
are.
So if you have, let's say your PA tax is $1,000, if taxes are $6,000, that means you can only afford $500 to go towards the house, because the other $500 is just on taxes. I don't think a lot of people, I don't think enough people understand that. But all right, so you already kind of ran into it, but like just word of advice, what would you give to people that, you know, they Google NACA, they see the horrible reviews, and then they go to the NACA website, and NACA says, oh, it's all peachy. What like raw advice would you give to people? You already gave a lot of advice now, but just what are just, you know, some of y'all final words to the people that are watching this thinking, man, you know, I want to be a homeowner, or they have reserves, or whatever the case may be. Just what advice would you give them, knowing what y'all know now, getting this far, we're at the finish line, we're waiting on settlement. What advice would you give to someone coming up?
I would say create your own judgment. Don't go with what reviews are. Yeah, they give you a good basis to tell you what to expect, but at the end of the day, to each his own.
Yep.
It depends on everything of your personal finances and things like that. It's going to take you where you're going to go, how responsible you are, and how it's going to take you where you're going to go. Because I couldn't imagine if I was unorganized or irresponsible and didn't know my left from my right, how this process would have went. We wouldn't be where we're at now. We would be a year to 3 years into the process. We're only 8 months into the process and about to settle. So I would say to really just be patient and create your own judgment. Get organized and be responsible, because buying a house is not it's not easy. It's not easy, and it's not something that you can come across every day. So you gotta really take your time with it and just be patient.
Have an open mind as well.
Open mind, yeah.
Have an open mind. There was a lot of things that every single time we went to go look at a house, or a lot of the walkthroughs we went through, when you were pointing things out, you definitely have to have an open mind. Because again, you have to be realistic. It's not, you can't off the rip get your dream house. You have to make sacrifices, and you know, definitely take your realtor's advice, because this is what they do for a living. You know what I'm saying? So if they bring something out, definitely take it into consideration.
Cool. And real quick, I just want to commend y'all, because the property search phase was really easy with you guys.
Really?
I really enjoyed that. Yeah, because the biggest issue I have is people like you know, like after I run like 20 numbers, I'm expecting you to understand where you're probably gonna fall into. A lot of people don't catch on to that. Yeah. So a lot of times they'll send me a list of like 15 houses, and I'm like, there's no way 15 are all gonna work for you. Some of these, I'm like, this is too far from work. Why
we sent you 10, we sent you 10 the first round, and we worked out with what, 4? Yeah. And then you found 2 other ones that might have worked out, and we added that to the search, and we saw 6 houses, and we only liked 1. Yeah. And that was Bouvier. And then when we noticed how small the other 2 rooms were, like, it was beautiful. You had a master bedroom, a bathroom in the bedroom, and then you had these 2 little behind rooms.
Yes, yeah.
And I'm like, my queen size bed for my daughter is not gonna fit in this room. Like, how is this livable?
Could have fit in the basement, though.
Yeah, it could have, but then how do we do that? You know, we got a finished basement. It's a bedroom.
I know, right? Yeah.
And then we sent you a list of, what, 3 after that?
Yep.
And then we saw this one, and we were just like, screw the other houses. We're just going to do this.
Yeah.
This is it. You know, we save time. Do not waste time. Don't waste your time. Don't waste his time. Don't waste nobody's time. Like, it's crunch time every single day. Every minute, every second counts. Be on top of the game. Be on top of the ball. Don't give anybody a reason to blame delay on you.
Yeah.
That's the main. That was my mindset. It's like they're not gonna sit here and say I lost the house because of me.
Yep.
Like I'm doing everything I gotta do. Like I'm gonna cuss somebody out, nobody gonna cuss me out. Like that was my mentality. Like I need to get this rolling, and we're still here.
Yeah, we're still here. And I want to point out though that the time thing, and one of the things that I can't give you credit enough is we saw that house and she said we put the offer in what same day. So as a realtor, like that, and we put it the same day, and we had what, it was like maybe 4. I thought we lost it. I thought we lost the property at first, and then I guess I don't know what happened, but it came back to us, and we put the. Think about that. You put the offer in the same exact day, and you still lose it. So when she says like you really got to be efficient and every minute counts, because something like this where everything is brand new, that's what everyone wants. Yeah. Everyone wants granite countertop. Everyone wants. I mean, this house is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful house. I wish I could show it to y'all, but we're talking. But and when you see something that is beautiful, is well done, it's a decent size, all the bedrooms are nice, the basement runs the length of the house. You gotta understand that this isn't gonna be around long, and they understood that, and they took it very efficient, and they took the puck and they ran with it, put the offer in the same day.
The same thing, we were here, we were walking back and forth, and we were like, all right, we're gonna try to get lower, we're gonna try to get money for our butt, like, and we were like, all right, the house is 175, we're gonna do 170, and Ugo was like, no, like that's cutting it too low. And
I think we pulled comps up. We pulled comps up right here on the little island. We pulled up comps, and then they were like, okay, I get it now.
You were like, so why don't we just go up and do assist, and we'll be able to get it for sure. Like, we have to at least put our best foot forward. And then you even was like, they saying that there's another buyer, but you always keep in mind you may be bidding against yourself. So if you're bidding against yourself, you want to outdo yourself. So how will you win against yourself? So then we brought up our price. So we were gonna do 175, 6%, and we were like, you know what? We'll do 180. We'll do 4%. Or we said 6%.
And they countered. Yeah.
And we did 4%. So
counter came to 5. I think we lost it at 5, and when it came back, we brought it down to 4. I think that's when we got it.
Yep.
Yeah. There was like a delay. Oh, remember I texted you guys at night and then I fell asleep?
Yes, yo, we were up like all flipping night, dude. Like all the way to like 2 in the morning. I'm like, oh no, what the hell?
Oh man. So what happened was that I told them that, all right, we lost the house. That was what I told them first. And then I was that's what the seller sent me back. So I'm like, all right, well, forget it. And then like maybe like 2 hours later, I get a text from the seller's agent saying something like the other buyer's acting up, or they didn't sign their agreement, and sellers having second thoughts. Are your guys still there? And I'm like, yeah, we are. We'll see. And she's like, I said something like, I said we are. However, there's no point. I don't want to invest more time in this deal unless it's a guarantee that my buyers can get it. And she's like, yeah, I'm sure we can work something out. So that's when I text you guys. And then I'm going back and forth with her, and I just
he texted us. He was like, no, we got the house. Like he was talking to the seller, and he was like, great news. I'll hit you with details later in an hour.
Yeah.
So we waiting. Hour goes by. Me and him, we plan. We're like, all right, we're gonna go take a shower. We're gonna eat some food. We're gonna come upstairs. We're gonna watch this half-an-hour episode, and we should get a text from Ugo. 12:30. No. Hey Ugo, like what's up? It's been an hour. Question mark. And we was like, hey, fuck it, man, we go to sleep. But that was intense, Ugo.
I woke up and I'm like, dang, yo, I know the suspense was killing them, man, because that would have killed me. And everything worked out. You know what I mean? I just like to do these videos because I want y'all to hear. It's always, the realtor always talks, and I don't want people to be biased. Of course, I'm biased, but when you hear it from the clients, the good end of that, right, the transparency of it all, I think that's what people should really, really, really take to heart. And Julio and Destiny, they are really good examples of how to run the game. I mean, if you think about what NACA is doing, it's almost free money. You know what I mean? It's almost free money, and you gotta think if you were to give someone $180,000, how thorough would you be with your vetting process? of the person that you're giving $180,000 to. It would be very thorough. So it always blows my mind when people come to NACA and they think it's supposed to be, boom, give me $100 grand, give me $150, give me $200,000. You know what I mean? You know, for what? You know what I mean? And then there's no down payment, no closing costs, no payment. I mean, it's ridiculous. So,
make sure you can survive.
Yeah, and I think that's what a lot of people don't understand. Where NACA was born was after the housing collapse. After people got wiped out with adjustable rate mortgages, after people got wiped out with, swaps, you know what I mean, wraparound mortgages, things that, all forms of predatory lending is what NACA came out to be like, yo, none of that. Because the people that get hit with that, you can't survive. Because what happens is, like this house, it's $180,000 noose around your neck if you don't know what you're doing. And that's why NACA takes their time. Now, don't get me wrong, they got a lot of glitches. And we've talked about that. In fact, we're still here waiting on settlement because of the glitch. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, the good and the bad, I think the good definitely
banks can definitely just take advantage of it. They can take advantage of it. They can overlook your income. They can tweak some stuff in the system and just be like, okay, this is your $300,000 house. Little that you know, your interest rate might be at 8%. Poof. Like, yo, I would die. Like, I'm paying 8%. That's my mortgage. The 8% and the taxes is my mortgage. And I'm not buying down my house at all with something like that. And that's what's important, because 30 years from now, you're going to have a piece of property.
Free and clear.
Free and clear. That's going to go to my daughter. You know what I mean? Like, go to a family member. It's something to lay back on.
Yeah.
Like,
we paying this off in 10 years.
Yeah, it's possible.
And it's possible because think about it, 2%. It's very possible now. It's very possible. So I think the good outweighs the bad. Not being oblivious to that there are still some bads, but I think overall the good outweighs the bad. Yeah, it's worth it. Worth it at the end of the day.
It's like gaining labor. It's all painful and everything, but at the end it's joyous. Like,
not really.
All the moms out there, you can relate. It's worth it.
Well, all right. We are heading out. We got Julio, we got Ellie, we got Esme. And cool. We're gonna get the settlement. I'll send them pictures and we'll take it from there.